Hey guys, so this is my Tretinoin nighttime skincare routine. So I have a Tretinoin video where I basically talked about Tretinoin and how to properly use it. I got lots and lots of comments on that video with people asking me how I use it, the step-by-step process and which other skincare products I use alongside Tretinoin. So I decided to make this video to show you guys a step-by-step guide on how I use Tretinoin, how I combine it with other products. So if you're interested, let's jump right into it. Now to start off, I want to mention that I'm currently using the 0.05 Tretinoin. This is the mid strength. So the highest strength is 0.1% and the lowest strength is 0.025%, I think. So I'm using the mid strength, which I just feel works for me. Now I've been using Tretinoin for over a year now, and I find that this is what works for me. I've tried the highest strength, which is 0.1%, and it just did not sit well with my skin, so I stick to this. And this is the cream formula. Previously I used Tretinoin gel, but I find that I like the cream better because it is less irritating. I find that when I use the cream, I get less side effects than the gel, maybe because the gel is more liquidy and it tends to absorb faster into the skin, but I love the cream. So I use Tretinoin 2 or 3 times in a week. It depends on how my skin is doing. There are also some days where I alternate my Tretinoin and my retinol, so they are basically the same thing. Tretinoin is just a much more potent form of retinoid, and this one is milder. Also on my periods, I tend to steer clear of Tretinoin because I find that because during that time of the month my skin is super sensitive, right? So Tretinoin is a bit irritating on my skin whenever I use it, so I do not use it on my period. And there are days where I feel like I need a break from Tretinoin. My skin just starts going crazy and I just take a break from Tretinoin, like say a week, 2 weeks, or a month, and during that break I just use retinol. So I always have 2 of them in my skincare routine and alternate as I see fit. Now there are 4 rules that I live by when it comes to applying Tretinoin, and one is a little goes a long way. I do not use too much of this. When you use too much Tretinoin, you run the risk of irritating your skin, causing breakouts and things like that. We don't want that. And I ensure to properly dilute it, meaning I do not use Tretinoin directly on my skin. There are people who are fine by doing that, like their skin can tolerate that, but my skin cannot. So I basically use the sandwich method, which is using a moisturizer first, Tretinoin, and then I finish off with a moisturizer. Number 3 is I do not mix Tretinoin with other acids like glycolic acid and things like that. I tend to use very hydrating and mild products alongside this. And finally, my 4th rule is I like to let my skin recover after using Tretinoin. So I would not use Tretinoin every single day. I would also use it one day, let my skin rest for one day, and then I use it the next, right? So that is how I use it. Now there are people who use it every single day. Again, skin differs. What works for one person might not work for you. For me, this is what works for me, and this is what I've stuck with. This was how I was able to transform my skin from what it was looking like before. I'll leave pictures on the screen to what it's looking like now. You guys can see I literally have not washed my face and my skin is popping. So this is literally what works for me. Basically find what works for you. But I hope this video will serve as a pointer for you out. Now to start off, I am going to start off by cleansing my skin. And how do I cleanse my skin? Because it is night time, I always double cleanse. So I'm going to be using my cleansing oil first, and then I'll use my cleanser. So this is the CeraVe hydrating cleanser, and this is the Beauty of Joseon ginseng cleansing oil. So one thing I love about this cleanser is, as you can see, it's a hydrating cleanser. It's a non-soap cleanser, so it basically is not going to strip my skin and make my skin tight. So it is perfect to use before using my Tretinoin. After patting my skin dry, I'm going to go in with my toner. I'm using the Good Molecules Niacinamide Brightening Toner. Now, this toner contains niacinamide, which is very safe to combine with Tretinoin, and it even helps boost the effectiveness of Tretinoin. So I like to gently pat this into my skin. I do not rub. I don't want to create micro tears on my skin, so I am very gentle when applying this. So after applying the toner, I'm going to go in with my essence. Like I said, I use the sandwich method, which basically means moisturizer, tretinoin moisturizer. You don't necessarily need to use a moisturizer first. I prefer to use the Cosrx essence. As long as you're not applying tretinoin directly on your skin, you have a product already on your skin before applying tretinoin, and as long as the product is mild and hydrating, and as you all know, this product is super mild and very, very hydrating. It can be combined with any and every type of skincare ingredient out there, so it is very safe to use alongside my tretinoin. So you don't have to use exact products that I use. If you want to use the sandwich method, if you just have your moisturizer, it is fine. You can use your moisturizer first, tretinoin, and then finish off with your moisturizer. So after applying my essence, I am going to leave this to sink into my skin and completely dry down before going in with the retinol. You do not want to apply retinol on a damp skin as it could irritate your skin. Now that that is completely dried down, I'll go in with my tretinoin. I'm basically just going to be using a pea-sized amount like this. This is even a bit too much. You literally need a pea-sized amount of the tretinoin. So with this, I am just going to do the 5 dots method, which basically means applying a dot on your forehead, applying dots on both your cheeks, applying a little bit on your nose, and then on your chin, like so. So basically this is the 5 dot method, and that way it just helps you to evenly and thinly distribute the tretinoin onto your face without it being too much, which could lead to irritation. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm avoiding my under eye area, sides of my nose, and above my chin there, because those areas tend to be super sensitive. So normally I use tretinoin. I just ensure that I dilute it well. I use it around my eyes, but because I have an eye cream that I'm currently using and I'm currently loving, so I am not going to use it around that area. But if you do not have an eye cream that you use and you want to get rid of like wrinkles, fine lines, you just want to make your eye area look good, then you can definitely use tretinoin. The trick is to ensure you properly dilute it. I would advise, if you're going to be using it around your eyes, you go in with Vaseline first around your eye area, and then you go in with a tiny bit of tretinoin on that area. Over time, you're going to notice a huge difference. So after applying the tretinoin, I like to let it sit and sink well into my skin before finishing off with my moisturizer. So basically, moisturizer, tretinoin moisturizer, or in my case, essence tretinoin moisturizer, it is basically the same thing. So the moisturizer I'm using is the Simple Replenishing Rich Moisturizer. I love this moisturizer, but I don't rub this in. What I do is I tap this into my skin, because you do not want to move your product, right? So it is best to tap it into the skin as opposed to rubbing it in. So that is basically it for my tretinoin nighttime routine. This is what I do for my nighttime routine. I don't do too much because I like my tretinoin to be the star of the show, right? I also have other products that I use on days when I'm not using tretinoin. I'm going to have that video up very soon for you guys, so you know how I alternate my actives. Literally, your tretinoin routine, keep it as simple as you can. Do not use too many products. Only combine your tretinoin with ingredients that can be combined with. I'll leave a list of ingredients that you can combine with your tretinoin, you can use in the same routine. That's it for this video. I hope this video serves as a pointer for someone out there who's looking for the ultimate tretinoin routine. This tretinoin routine has really helped me. It has helped to minimize side effects that you would normally get from using tretinoin, and it literally just works for me. I don't have to overthink it. So there you have it. If you found this video helpful, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you're not already, click on the bell icon to get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.